Verse 43rd now. Shaurya tejah dhritihi dakshyam yuddhe cha api apalayanam danam ishwar bhavah cha kshatram karma swabhavajam. What are the qualities of kshatriyas now? Shauryam, courage, heroism. Tejah, majesty. Dhritihi, firmness. Dakshyam, skill. Dakshyam yuddhe, skill in battlefield. Cha api apalayanam, never turning their back against the enemy, never running away, never escaping. Danam, generosity. Ishwar bhavaha, spiritual nature, lordly spirit or divine spirit or religious spirit. Spiritual nature, I would say. Kshatram karma svabhavajam. These are the actions of Kshatriyas that are born out of their own innate nature. Excellent qualities of Kshatriyas. 44th verse. Krishi, Gau Rakshya, Vanijyam, Vaishya Karmam, Svabhavajam. These are the innate qualities of Vaishyas, and that is, these are the actions, these are the professions or careers that Vaishyas take. Krishi, agriculture, Gauraksha, that is cow herding, and Vanijyam, trade. Very commonly we see even today in many of the people of that community are still doing these things. Then Paricharyatmakam karma, Shudrasyapi Svabhavajam. And those who are born with innate qualities to serve others, help others, they end up doing service type actions. So we should put doctors, plumbers, electricians, not just janitors, cooks, chefs, right? And even engineers that are working for others. The one who are not entrepreneurs and serve others are all Shudras, engineers, doctors, plumbers, cooks and chefs and drivers, everyone, not just janitors. So we have this stereotype that Shudras are only janitors. That's not true. All the people that are in service business, service class professions are all technically Shudras. They are all doing service type. They are not doing Krishi. All who are not doing Krishi, agriculture, cow herding, trade, or they are not in military, or they are not doing spiritual or teaching work, are all Shudras in all societies in the world, not just India. These are universal archetypes or universal definitions of four kinds of human beings on the entire planet. Those who are Brahmins, the qualities were mentioned in previous verse. Kshatriyas, we just saw. Vaishyas, we just saw. And Shudras, now we saw. So I think 90% or maybe probably 95% of people across the world are all Shudras because they're all doing service type actions, right? They're all working for others. They're not entrepreneurs, right? We all work for others. So we are all Shudras by profession, by our careers. All right, by now 45th verse. Now the gist, the punchlines, more powerful punchlines. This is the last chapter, so you can just imagine the emphasis and the energy and enthusiasm Bhagwan Krishna must be displaying to as he is telling these great gist of the entire Bhagavad Gita. Sve sve karmani abhiratah sansiddhim labhate naraha swakarma niratah siddhim yatha vindati tat shrunu. Shrunu, listen to me. Listen to me what? Sve, one's own karmani abhirata. By doing your own work, repetitive work, but doing your own work, sansiddhim labhate naraha. Human being can obtain the success, the accomplishment, perfection. Swakarma nirata siddhim. By perfection is obtained by contentment in one's own action, one's own work. Yatha vindati tatsashu. Now that is how one finds that accomplishment. Listen to me now more in detail. Verse 46. Yata. So one of the most popular verses of the entire Bhagavad Gita. Yata pravatti bhutanam yen sarvam idam tatam swakarmana tam abhyarcham. Abhyarcham, yes, I said it first correctly. Abhyarcham. Siddhim vindati manavaha. Human being. Siddhim vindati finds. Siddhim, accomplishment, success, perfection. How? Yata pravatti, by the origin of beings, by worshipping with his own proper duty, him from whom all beings have their origin, him by whom all the universe is pervaded. That is how one finds perfection. Yata pravartihi bhutanam yen sarvam idam tatam. Yeah, it's like referring to Brahman. Swakarmana, by one's own action, offer it as offering, as a spiritual offering. Perform your actions as if you're offering to that supreme being. That is how one finds perfection. 47th verse, excellent, also very extremely popular. Shreyan swadharma vigunaha. Shreyan swadharma vigunaha pardharmat Su anutishtatat swabhavaniyatam karma kurvan na apnoti kilbisham. Shreyan, better, swadharma, my own nature, my own duty, viguna, even though it might be imperfect. Pardharma, better than somebody else's duty. Even if I do somebody else's duty with more perfection, doing one's own duty, even if it's imperfect, is better than doing somebody else's duty. Even though that might be better, even though I might do that better. So, swabhavaniyatam karma. One's action must be built upon the foundation of one's own innate nature. Now we hear all this, everybody is talking about find your own passion by your own innate qualities. That is what is being referred here. Your own innate qualities should reflect in your actions, in your career, in your profession, in your life. Kurvan na apnuti kilbisham. By doing that, you will not incur any guilt, any sin, any negativity if you stick to your own nature, your own dharma. Verse 48. Sahajam karma kaunteya sadosham api na tyajet sarvarambha hi doshena dhumena agnihi iva vritaha. One should not abandon the duty to which one is born. Sahajam karma kaunteya, Arjuna. Kaunteya, born of Kunti. So Sahajam karma, that is born out of your own nature, almost. So he's referring to your mother. So just as our karma derived from our own nature, you are derived from Kunti. So he's using that interesting epithet for Arjuna here. So sadosham apinat, even if it might have some deficiency, do not abandon your own nature-based actions. Always stick to that. Even though there might be some smoke, but don't go away from fire, something like that. Dhumen agnihi ivavrita, as if indeed all undertakings are enveloped by evil as fire is by smoke. So don't worry about that. Just stick to your own inborn nature. And verse 49. Asakta buddhi sarvatra jitatma vigata spriha naishkarmya siddhim paramam sannyasena adhigacchati. Asakta buddhi. How do you get the supreme state of freedom from action? Again, sort of punchline of the entire Bhagavad Gita. How do you perform actions? Asakta buddhi, detached intellect, sarvatra, everywhere, jitatma, conquered self, self-controlled self, once you can control your own self, vigata spirit, you renounce all your desires, nashkarmya siddhi, actionless perfection supreme. So that action will be actionless because your ego is not attached to your work. Sannyasena adhigachati, and that is the real renunciation by detachment to the fruits of action. So, with the intellect and unattached at all times, with conquered self, free from desire, by renunciation, one attains the supreme state of freedom from action.